What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer. Today we have the cam build for level 20, level 30, level 40, and level 50. We're going to be using the creator archetype. We're starting off with level 20. So for your height, you're going to go with 5'6". Make sure you go with the 5'6". That gives you +4 acceleration and +4 agility. Your weight, we're going to go with 143 pounds. As a cam, you don't need to be super tall or super heavy. So that's why we went with a 5'6" height and 143 pounds. Now, for your attributes, guys, go with 83 agility. You want to be able to turn directions quickly with the ball, and that's going to help you do that. Then for the balance, we went with 80. This is going to help your pro fall less on the ground when you're being challenged by other opponents that are stronger than you. And remember, since you are a cam, you're not going to have the greatest strength, so the balance will help out for now. And don't worry, we will upgrade the strength and the balance in the higher levels. For your reactions, get that to 80. This is enough for your pro to be way more responsive when you're on the ball, when you're pushing up with the ball, and when you're about to do passes in general. And we're also going to need the reactions in order to get the tiki-taka playstyle. Your ball control, get that to 80. As a cam, you want to be taking good control of the ball. You don't want the ball bouncing off of you or nothing like that. And also, as before, we also need the ball control for the tiki-taka playstyle. Your composure, get it to 76 for now. It's not going to be the greatest, but this will be decent. Remember, you're only level 20. This is going to help your pro make good passes when you're under pressure. Then for your pace, guys, just get your sprint speed to 70. You're not going to be the fastest right now. Again, you're only level 20. So level 70 sprint is okay for now. It's not the greatest. Then from your passing, get your vision to 85, guys. This is enough for those through balls to come out much more accurate. And already at level 20, you're going to have 85 vision. Then 80 short passing is more than enough, guys. Simple short passes. Remember, you will have the tiki-taka playstyle already at level 20. So those short distance passes are going to be very, very good. For your long pass, get that to 84. Again, so you can do those not only through balls, but long passes in the air. You're going to need it. And then we're going to confirm that. Remember, guys, this is the creator build. So you are going to have the incisive pass, the regular one at level 20. And then you're going to have inventive. So you can do those Travella passes on the ground or even fancy passes. Then for your playstyle, we're going to go with tiki-taka. This is allow for those one-time passes to come out much quicker. And just the short distance passes in general to come out much more accurately. And then, guys, for your second one, just go with the long ball pass. In the higher levels, we won't be using this, but just for now, go with it. This allows for you to do those chip passes over the defense and to find your teammates in the air that are far out on the pitch. But yeah, this was level 20 cam build. These are the play styles and the attributes that we went for the level 20 cam build. Now we have level 30 cam build. Your height is going to be 5'6". Make sure you go with the 5'6". It gives you the +4 agility and +4 acceleration. Your weight will be 143 pounds. You want to be as light as you can and pretty small as a cam. Now, for your attributes, guys, we're going to go with 85 agility. You want to be very responsive when you're turning directions and you have the ball. So the 85 agility would be nice. We will upgrade this as you keep moving up in the level. Then we're going to go with 80 balance so your pro doesn't fall easily or get pushed off easily out the ball. Now 80 balance is still pretty low, but don't worry, guys, you're only level 30, so we will upgrade that in the higher levels. Reactions 85. This allows for your pro to be much more responsive when you're on the ball and just pushing up with the ball and just when you have the ball in general, guys. So you always want to have some reactions for any of the builds that you have. Ball control 83. This is going to help you trap the ball much easier and take good control of the ball when you have the ball or when you just have the ball in general. Dribbling, get that to 83. This is going to help you keep the ball very close to your feet. If you ever need to do a dribble, if you're pushing up, you don't want that ball to be that far away from you as a cam. Composure, we're going to get that to 80. This is going to help you play very decent, at least, as a cam when you're under pressure. Don't worry, we'll get the composure a little bit higher. Then for your pace, guys, get it both to 71 sprint speed and 71 acceleration. You don't need to be the fastest as a cam, but, this build was pretty slow when I was using it, so we are going to start upgrading the pace in the higher levels a bit more. Then, guys, for your weak foot, go with the 4-star weak foot. You want to have the ability to pass with either of the foot. So the 4-star weak foot will do the job for now. We will get it to the 5-star in the next main level. Then from your passing, get your vision to 88. This will allow for those through balls to come out much more accurate. Then for your short passing, keep it at 80 for now, guys. you're going to have the tiki taka, and those short distance passes are going to come out really good. Your long passing, we're going to get it to 88 as well, similar to the vision. Remember, at level 30, you're already going to have the incisive pass plus, which is one of the best passing play styles that you're going to have as a cam. And this is going to allow for those through balls to come out much better. And also when you do the double tap Y or double tap triangle, they also come out good. You're still going to have the regular inventive, so you can do your Travella passes or fancy passes. And then for your play style, we're going to go with tiki taka for those short distance passes and those quick passes that come off. Then for your second one, we're going to go with the ping pass, guys, for those driven passes, RBA or R1X. So if you're doing driven passes side to side or forward, that's going to be very good for that. And then for your third one, guys, this is all up to you. You can go with a first touch, you can go with a technical, you can go with the long ball pass. I went with the first touch, guys. So just so your pro can take good control of that ball, and then you can transition to your dribbling much smoother. But these are the play styles and attributes that we went for the level 30 cam build. Now we have level 40 cam built. Remember, this is for the creator. Heights, you're going to go with 5'6". You don't need to be that tall as a cam, guys. You want to be small and really responsive and be able to turn really quick with the ball. Weight, you're going to be 143 pounds. Remember, guys, go with the heights that gives you +4 acceleration and +4 agility. For your attributes, you're going to go with 88 agility. You want to have this in the high 80s, close to 90s, guys, so you can turn directions really quickly with the ball. In case you can't do a pass forward or just do a pass in general, you need to turn directions to the left or right side or turn back. You're going to be responsive for that. Balance, get it to 82, guys. This is going to help your pro fall last on the ground when you're being challenged by other opponents. And since you're a cam, you're not going to be the strongest, so the balance will help you. For your reactions, guys, get your 87 reactions. This will allow for your pro to be much more responsive and faster when you're on the ball, when you're pushing up with the ball, when you're about to send passes. The time it takes for your player to make contact with the ball will be just much quicker, and it'll feel much more responsive in general when you're just on the ball. Your ball control, get it to 84. This is going to help you trap the ball, take good control of the ball. You will have a first touch play style as well, so your pro's not taking those bad control of the ball. Dribbling, get it to 85. This is going to keep the ball very close to your feet whenever you need to be pushing up and looking for a passing option. Composure, we're going to get it to 82, so when you're under pressure, your pro can still give off good passes, whether that's short passes or long passes. Then for the pace, guys, we're going to upgrade the pace a bit, man. We're going to get it to 76 acceleration and 74 sprint speed. I know as a cam, you don't need to have a lot of pace, but this was one of the downfalls of the creator archetype, that the pace sometimes was just too slow. Then the strength, we got that to 70. Again, you're a cam. You're going to be pretty weak, so that's why we focus on some strength, just to make it a little bit harder for opponents to just push you off the ball. You have the 70 strength with the 82 balance, so it's not going to be that easy for them to push you off the ball, at least for now. And then for the weak foot, get the 5-star weak foot, guys, so you can do those through passes with either of your foot and just pass with either of your foot, and you don't have to worry about that. Then for your passing, guys, get your vision to 90. This allows for those through balls to just come out much, much better. Then your short pass, guys, get it to 82. I promise you that's enough. You're going to have the ping pass. You're going to have the tiki taka for those short distance passes. And then your long passes, we're going to get it to 90, guys. Remember, you're going to be level 40. So at level 30, you're going to already have the incisive pass plus. So your through balls are going to be very, very, very good. And then you're still going to have the regular inventive, which will allow you to do Travella passes and fancy passes in general. Then for your playstyle, go with tiki taka for those short distance passes, and the one-time passes just come out much faster, guys. Then we're going to go with a ping pass. So when you press RBA or R1X, it does a driven pass, and the ball travels much quicker on the ground if you need to play side to side, or sometimes if you need to do a direct pass to your attacker and not just a through ball. Then for your third one, guys, all up to you. The first touch or the long ball or even the tech, all up to you and how you play. I went with the first touch just so my pro doesn't take those bad touches and just good control in general. But these are the play styles and attributes that we went for level 40 cam build. Now we have level 50 cam build. We're using the creator. Heights is going to be 5'6". You don't need to be that tall as a cam, guys. You want to be small and agile and super responsive. Make sure you go with the 5'6" that gives you +4 agility and +4 acceleration. Your weights, I went with 143 pounds. This was more than enough. This build will have some balance and strength, so I won't be totally weak. Then for your attributes, guys, Go with 88 agility. You want to be very responsive as a cam, so the agility is going to help you turn directions with the ball very quick in case you ever need to get an opponent off of you and then look for the pass. Balance, we went with 83. You don't want your pro to be pushed off the ball too easily and falling to the ground. So we will have some balance, which is 83, and some strength. Reactions, 88, guys. Why so high? Because you want your pro to be very responsive and react quick when you're on the ball, whether that's making a contact with the ball to send the pass or just pushing up with the ball. This will help your pro just react much quicker, so when you have the ball or even about to receive the ball. Ball control, we got that to 88. You want your pro to be able to trap the ball and not take back control of the ball, especially as a cam, since the ball is going to be coming to you quite a bit. I also do want to mention, guys, this is a pure cam build, pure playmaker build. Your job is just to solely pass, maybe take on an opponent 1-2, but always pass first in mind. And this build will have a first touch play style, so that's why we went with 88 control. Dribbling, we got that to 85. That will keep the ball very close to you. That should do the job as well, guys. Composure, 84. You want your pro to give off good passes when you're under pressure. This build will also have the press proven play style, so if you ever need to shield the ball and keep it very close to your feet, it's gonna come clutch for that. But yeah, composure is very important for almost every build. You want your pro to perform well under pressure. Now for your pace, guys, we did upgrade the pace, guys, because it was very slow. And I know as a cam, you don't need to be the fastest, which I don't think 81 sprint speed and 82 acceleration is fast. But this will help you, especially if you're going to be the cam that's going to be dropping off and defending and start the build up. So if this is too much, you can always drop the pace. But we definitely went with some pace because that was one of the downfalls of this build as I was leveling it up. Sometimes it was just way too slow. Then for the strength, guys, go with 76 strength. You are a cam, so you are going to be on the ball quite a bit. You don't want to get pushed off that easily. And I think 76 strength with the 83 balance combined, and you have the press proven playstyle, it's just going to make it a little bit more challenging for opponents to just knock you off if you didn't have any strength. Then for the weak foot, I went with the 5-star weak foot, guys, so you can give passes with either of your foot. You don't have to worry about that. And then for the skill move, guys, go with a minimum 3. At least a 3. I was the type of cam that kept it simple, but sometimes I would need to do a skill move in order to get my opponent off of me. So go with the 3. If you want, you can go with 4. But the 3-star did the job for me. Like I said, this was a pure cam build. Vision, go with 90. This allowed for those through balls to come out even much more accurate, guys. So you want that vision very, very high. Then for your passing, 84 was more than enough, guys. You're going to have the ping pass. You're going to have the tiki-taka. So you don't need your short passing to 90. You're just wasting it. 84 will do the job. The passing's already good this year as it is. So we just got it to 84, and that did more than just the job. And then for the long pass, go with 94. Remember, you're going to have the incisive pass plus. You're going to have the ping pass. So those through balls that you do or those driven passes directly to your teammates are going to come out very, very good. And the long pass is also going to be good if you ever need to switch the ball or find your teammate far out in the pitch. Then for the curve, guys, just go with 76 because you're going to have 4 attributes points left. So we just went with curve. Now, guys, for the play styles at level 50, you're going to have both of them plus. You're going to have the incisive pass plus and the inventive pass plus. The inventive is going to allow you to do Travella passes, which is going to be very good in case you ever need to bend the ball around the defense. And just in general, guys, doing Torella passes and fancy passes are very useful, believe it or not. And then the Incisive Pass Plus, guys, is the main reason we went with the creator archetype at cam. This is, I think, one of the best passing play styles you can have. This allows for those through balls to be much better, and the through ball will be right in front of your attacker, so it won't be behind. It'll be right in front of it, so he or she can just run onto it. And the double tap Ys and double tap triangles are much better on the Incisive Pass Plus than the regular one. Then for your playstyle, go with the Tiki Taka, guys, so you can do those quick short distance passes, and they just come out much faster, even fancy passes too. For your second one, we're going with the ping pass, so you can do those driven passes with RBA or R1 and X. Sometimes you don't always have to send a through ball, guys. Sometimes you just need a direct pass, and this is going to do the job, or if you need a pass side to side. For your third playstyle, we're going to go with the first touch, guys. So your pro can take good control of the ball, and the ball isn't bouncing off of you, and it's going to help you transition to your dribbling much smoother. Then for your last one, guys, it's all up to you, guys. You know, you can go with the technical, you can go with the long ball pass. I didn't go with the long ball pass, guys, because the long passing in general was already good. And remember, you have the incisive pass plus, so you can do those dink balls over the defense with LBY or L1 and triangle. So I went with the press proven, guys, because this helped kept the ball very close to me when I was just jogging and looking for an option. And when you press left trigger or L2, it'll help you shield the ball a bit more effectively. So it'll make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball, because remember, we have that balance and that 76 strength. So it's not going to be that weak for opponents to push you off. But guys, these are the play styles that we went with, and these are the attributes that we went with. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.